All right, so on Tuesdays, your last test of the quarter, I will give you guys back your quizzes on Monday. We have one makeup in here. Miss Corey's got a few. But I'll just give back to you guys. You're going to have to do some stuff from the quiz. Find the vertex, graph, that sort of a thing. It's not going to be as in-depth as the quiz because obviously this stuff is a little more time-consuming. We probably have a long division one. We use synthetic division with all this stuff. Miss Ferrier just sent us a review that she made. So the one that is there, I'm going to take out of the assignment and put in the one that I think you guys should work on. But you will have a calculator portion where it's, here is the problem. Use your calculator to find the zeros, to tell me the intercepts, find some additional points, maybe something like that. So we need to practice this. If you are still having issues and don't know how to do it, you need to say, Mrs. Meadows, can we go over it today, please? Can you help me? Can you troubleshoot? Okay? So the first thing I look at this, when I'm finding the answers, finding the zeros, finding the solutions, how many answers should I have? 3. Are they all going to be real? Maybe, maybe not. If they are imaginary, you will not actually physically see them on your graph. You won't see where it crosses. But you should have 3 x equals, right? They might be pretty, they might be quadratic, they might be imaginary. So the first thing you should try and do, obviously, group it. It's not going to group. So we do P over Q, all right? P, plus minus, all of the last term factors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Agree? Okay. Over Q. So the first term, plus minus 1, 3, and 7. We also have to account for what? Oh, 21, my bad. What else do we have to account for? The fractions. So 1 over 1, 1 over 3, 1 over 7, 1 over 21, 2 over 1, 2 over 3, 2 over 7, yeah, 2 over 21, 3 over 1, 3 over 3, 3 over 7, 3 over 21, we already got that, 4 over 3, 4 over 7, 4 over 21, yeah, 6 over 3, 6 over 7, 12 over 7, and 12 over 21. If you guys miss one of these, is it really that big of a deal? No. Why is this important for you to list them out? Am I expecting you to use synthetic division with every single one of these and find the answers? No. But it is good to know what some of the possibilities are. It's good to know what your possibilities are. So when you put this in your calculator, you can kind of say, I wonder which decimal matches one of these fractions. Like we know that 1/3 is 0.3333, right? We know that 1/2 is 0.5. But we may not know off the top of our head what 2/7 is or something like that. So just go ahead and list them. It will be a good guide, I promise. So let's go to our y values. We're going to throw this in our calculator. So 21x raised to the 3rd power. Then scoot over 32x squared. I forgot to put plus, hold on. Plus 32x squared. Scoot over, plus 79x. Scoot over, minus 12. Everybody with me? All right, and then hit graph. And let's look. If we want to change our window or something like that, we can. 32 plus 79x minus 12. Okay, what does it look like? Kind of looks like a straight line, right? So if you get something that looks like this, don't necessarily think, I graphed it wrong. Go ahead and hit window. And right now, your x-axis should be at -10, +10, right? Did you hit window now? Do you guys see how your min and max is at -10, +10? Spread your x-axis out. Make it just -2 to +2. Use the negative, not the minus sign. Change your x min to -2 and change your x max to +2 and then hit graph again. And if you notice, it stretches out your x-axis, right? You guys see that? So looking at this, it's not really a straight line. It's just a really interesting cubic. How many times does this cross the x-axis? One time. All right, it crosses one time. There's one real solution. What do you know the other two are? Imaginary. So let's figure out what that one is. We're going to hit second, trace, hit the 0 button. You want to move your cursor to just left of where it crosses the x-axis. Again, if you're having issues with this, let me know. And then to the right of it and hit enter. What are you guys getting? Okay, I got 0.14285. Okay, you are not allowed to use decimals. You're not allowed to use decimals on your test for your calculator portion. You've got to have where it crosses. So let's think about this. Obviously, it's none of our whole numbers, right? So let's just go through our list and see what 0.14285 could be. First of all, is it positive or negative? Positive, so you don't have to worry about the negative. So what's 1 divided by 3? Okay, so it's not 1/3. What's 1 divided by 7? What's 1 divided by 7, guys? 14285. Is this what we're talking about? Yes, this is 1/7. So you have found the 1, 0, that where this graph crosses. So what do I do with x equals 1/7? What's up?
How come you can't?
So what do I do with 1/7, guys? I now do synthetic division. I'm going to synthetically divide using 1/7. Now, guys, you have a calculator. This is the calculator portion. Use your calculator. Don't try and do all this in your head. When we synthetically divide, bring down your 21. So you multiply to the corner. What's 21 times 1/7? What's 21 divided by 7? 3. Now we add down. 32 and 3 is 35. Multiply to the corner. What's 35 times 1/7? 5. Add 79 and 5 is 84. Multiply to the corner. What's 84 times 1/7? What's 84 times 1 divided by 7? 12. What did you guys just prove to me? That this x equals 1/7 actually is our correct 0. Now, what is our resulting polynomial? It's 21x squared plus 35x plus 84 equals 0. Now, you already know something about this. What do you know when you use your quadratic formula? What do you know is going to happen when you get your other x's? It's going to be imaginary. How do you know that? Because there's 2 other answers and you don't see where it crosses. Now, can you just go from right here and use the quadratic formula? For sure. What would I suggest that you do? I'm going to divide everything by 7 because you know what? I want my numbers to be smaller. So this is really 3x squared plus 5x plus what? Perfect. Equals 0. Now use your quadratic formula. I have negative 5 plus minus 5 squared minus 4 times 3 times 12, correct? All over 2 times 3. All right, so let's simplify. Negative 5 plus minus, what's 5 squared? 25 minus 144, good, divided by 6. So negative 5 plus minus, what's 25 minus 144? Negative 119, okay. Divided by 6, and then what's my last step? Negative 5 plus minus I root 119 divided by 6. There's your 2 other answers. So I have x equals 1/7, and I have x equals negative 5 plus minus I root 119 divided by 6. So now, listen to my question. How many solutions do I have? 3. I have 3 algebraic solutions. How many x-intercepts do I have? 1. Very good.
On the test, if we get like anything with plus minus, do we have to do it twice, or can we put the equation with the plus minus?
You can put the equation with the plus minus. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's do another one. I have one more. f of x equals 12x cubed minus 43x squared minus 109x plus 180. All right, now your calculators. Some of you went into your window and you changed your x-axis to -2 and +2. I would always go back and change it back. If you want to hit zoom and then 6, you'll go back to standard. If you hit zoom and then 6 says Z standard and just hit enter, you'll go back to your regular XY axis. Now, this problem, it's P over Q, right? What's the last number? 180. Are there a whole bunch of factors of 180? Yeah. You can list them all out if you want to. And then you can list all the factors of 12. Or you might just say, you know what? Let me just put this in and see if I can troubleshoot, if I can work. So everybody go to your graph. Go to your y equals. All right? If you can do this without, with listing out some factors, great. But 180, that could take us a minute. So let's just go 12x cubed. How many answers am I going to have? Yep. Minus 43x squared minus 109x. Take your time, recheck, make sure you typed everything in correctly, and then graph it. Ooh, what do you guys see here? There's 3 intercepts. I see all 3 places where they cross. So here's my suggestion to you guys. I would check all 3 zeros. I would try to find all 3 of them. And I would see if any of those decimals are something I recognize, something that I think is pretty easy I can look at. So go ahead, play with your calculator. Let's find some. The first x zero I found is -2 point what? 488 881 or 88619. Okay. Hold on, the second 0 that you found, the one in the middle, anybody get it? 1.25, I got that one. But look, I stumbled across 1.25. What do you guys notice about 1.25? It's a nice, pretty terminating decimal. Can you figure out what the fractional equivalent is to 1.25? It's 5/4. I'm just going to go ahead over here and say, okay, I know one of my zeros is x equals 5/4. If you want to find that third 0, go ahead. Did anybody find it? 4.82 something? 8219. Okay, why is that important? Well, let me show you in a second here. So right here, x equals 5/4 is the same as 1.25. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to think about my solutions now. All right, I know I'm going to use 5/4 and my remainder should be 0 when I synthetically divide. But what do you know about the other 2 solutions? Are they real? Yeah. Yes. Are they pretty? No. So you're going to have some sort of a funny looking quadratic. So let's use 5/4 and synthetically divide. I have 12, -43, -109, and 180. So bring down your 12, guys. Multiply to the corner. What you're doing is saying 12 times 5 divided by 4. And you get what? 15. So then -43 plus 15 gives you -28. Practice with your calculator, guys. Multiply to the corner. -28 times 5 divided by 4. -35. So -35 plus -109 is what? -144. Multiply to the corner. What's -144 times 5 divided by 4? -180. And then what do you see happens with -180 and +180? It's 0. So I know that x equals 5/4 is in fact a 0 for this function. We found it graphically and we found it algebraically. So now I'm left over with 12x squared minus 28x minus 144 equals 0. I know that the other 2 are decimals. They're not pretty whole numbers or anything. You're going to have to use the quadratic formula. Before you do that, I mean, you can at this point, but what can we divide everything by? Let's divide it all by 4. If you don't, no big deal. Your numbers will just be bigger. But I have 3x squared minus 7x minus what? Minus 36 equals 0. And let's throw that into the quadratic. So negative b, that's going to give me 7 plus minus the square root. Negative b squared, 49. You guys agree? Minus 4 times 3 times negative 36, all divided by 2 times 3. 7 plus minus, what's 49 plus 4 times 3 times 36? 432? Okay, over 6. So I have 7 plus minus, what's 49 and 432? 41 over 6. Does 481 simplify? Well, hit second, x squared, 481. See what you get. 21 point something or other. All right, now, you guys are like, well, I don't even know if that's the right answer. How can we tell if that's right? Let's put this in the calculator. Let's say 7 plus the square root of 481. Hit enter, then hit divided by 6. And I got 4.821. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say 7 minus the square root of 481. Hit enter, then divide by 6. And I got negative 2.488. Are those the two decimals that I got up here? Yes, they are. So are these our other two solutions? Yes. So you have x equals 5/4, and then you have x equals, what was it, 7 plus minus square root of 481 over 6. How many solutions do you have here? 3. How many x-intercepts do we have? 3. How did you know that by looking at it graphically? Because it crossed over 3 times.